Hello, Keith here with Math, Fun, and Games. Today we're doing PanzerBlitz, Situation 9. We're on turn 7. At the end of the last turn's video, I made a mistake. I actually called this a self-propelled gun. There's actually a truck towing an armored piece, anti-armor gun. And I made a mistake. I should have had the truck unload that anti-armor gun there, because now it's about to, well, it can't be destroyed, so it is going to survive and it is going to unload, and it might do some damage actually. All right, so first is the Russian turn, Soviet Union's turn, and let's zoom in. So it's the fire phase first of all. So going from the bottom of the map here the top, I'm looking for any fire, direct fire. I don't see anything because I want to start moving. The Russians need to start moving the units off the board. So we're going to go right into the movement phase. And this unit is off the board. 4, and you're off the board. 4, 8, you are off the board. 1, 2, see if I can get 2, 6, 7, 8, almost 12. How about these two? These two are going to get off the board. 1, 7, 8, and off. Heading aboard that vehicle. What am I doing? There you go. Okay. How about these trucks? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. And these trucks are going to fall here. Anti-armor, should I leave them here? Should I do it? They just send that infantry unit down to close assault. I think I'll wait a minute on that one. All right, over here, half track. Yep, half track and truck. 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. 2, 6, 10, 12. 2, 6, 8. Actually, I am going to move because there's still units back there. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so up here now, I gotta get these units forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gotta get these units off the board. Time is running out. 2, 3, 12. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, I'm going to lose some units. Question is how many? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, They're going to load up. And I'm going to move this tank. Hopefully it'll load up them. We'll load them up. Okay. All right, so close assault. The only close assault I see is here. Should have fired with that. Let's go down here. Again, 11. 12 to 11, 1 to 1. 1 to 1, but I have engineers, so it shifts it to the right. So it'll be 2 to 1, minus 1. 2 to 1, minus 1. Maybe finally I'll be able to eliminate this unit. 2 to 1, minus 1. Oh, 5. All right, well, that disables them. Disperses them. All right, I'm going to clear moved. Oh yeah, I had a close assault here. Should have actually fired right here too. I could have fired with the T-34, but all right. So we have a 1 to 2, 1 to 2 minus 1. Okay, so that's it for the Russian turn. Now for the German turn. Problem is, as long as the Germans 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're going to do that. Well, they can't be overrun over. See, that self-propelled gun's in a good position. I don't see any place where I can really deploy this anti-armor gun where it would be effective. And that big daddy of a howitzer up there, self-propelled howitzer. Now, if that self-propelled howitzer wasn't there, I can move that truck up and it could maintain those, and it'd pretty much be safe from attack because of the woods. But with that howitzer up there, I can't do that because it's just going to be blown to pieces. So I just might leave it there, because even if I move it there, they can just go around it and overrun it. So there's not much I can do. So I'm going to leave that there, unfortunately. See if an opportunity presents itself. About right here. Can I get some dispersals at least, please? Nice. I have engineers. Well, that's going to be a close assault. This hex anyways. I have fire right here, right? Yeah, I do. I can fire right there, so I'll be 15 to... I'm going to fire at the infantry. Oh boy. I fire at the infantry, it's 1 to 2. So I'm obviously going to fire at the tank, because that's with less than half the range. That is going to be 15, so it's going to be 15. It's going to be a 1 to 1. And I disperse that T-34C. And that mortar gets marked and fired. All right, how about what else we got? Obviously that mortar didn't fire this turn. Just forgot to remove the fire mark. So where can I fire? I believe I can fire right there. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I am going to fire at that prime mover. It's at half range. There's no penalty, so it's going to be 59. 1 misses. That's unfortunate for the Germans. What over here? May actually have a close assault. Close assault. It's over there. Okay. All right. Okay. We can react. All right, now for the German close assault. So over here I have a 3 of 3. So that'll be a 6 to 9. Be a 1 to 2. -2 plus 1. 1 to 2 minus 1. And that gets the dispersal, which is huge. Because right now the Germans' best bet is just slow the Russians down. Over here, defense is 27. The attack is 9. So it's a 1 to 3, but it becomes a 1 to 2 because there's an engineer involved. So it's a 1 to 2 minus 2. Not much luck. That's it. All right, so that's the end of turn 7. Time is running out here. We're going to be going into turn 8. So I'm going to pause it while I clean up the markers. Okay, we're back. So it's the Russian fire phase. I would love to have this Russian self-propelled gun fire against that truck, but unfortunately that truck is in woods. So what that truck does is does slow that self-propelled gun down a little bit. Because if nobody's on that ridge, then that truck is going to be able to unload the anti-armor gun. For future play, it might be a good idea to have in that city Blednost have some trucks, some powerful anti-armor weapons, and have as like a quick reaction force. I don't see any other thing in place. Well, yeah, right here. 12. Gonna be a 1. Gonna be a 6 to 8. 1 to 2. To fire at the rifle. It's gonna be 1 to 2. No, I want to get that out of there. Yeah. That's it for the Russian fire phase. Now we go for the Russian movement phase, and more Russians leave the board. Leave the board. This is a very interesting Jim Dunnigan. He very creative individual. Off the board. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, and boom. And up board. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. These units have to move. The Russians get off the board. We're on turn 8. 1, 2, 3. Stop. This unit 1, 6, 1, 2. One, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Okay, so this guy can pull out right here. That's a good thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I believe. There we go. Now these units are in danger of being eliminated. They're going to continue the battle. The close assault. That's all I can do over here. Yep. All right, so that's the movement phase. Now the Russian close assault phase. Over here, 1-to-1 with engineers make it 2-to-1. 2-to-1 minus 2, but you get +1 for the city, so it's 2-to-1 minus 1. And I think that finally eliminates it. Let's see. Yeah, 2-to-1 minus 1, that's an elimination. Took a while. And that was very costly because it took a while to eliminate to get that decent roll to graveyard. Over here, do I even have a closest? Well, it's 6 to 18. How about here? 1-to-2 minus 2. I'll take it. No effect. Okay, so that's it for the Russian turn. I can eliminate the disperse markers. Up. All right, now it's the Germans' turn. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Russian units. Danger of not getting off the board. Do I have AKIAs? I have 2. So if the Germans don't eliminate more units, if they can just keep these units from leaving the board, they can have that tactical victory. So first is the fire phase. Mortar first. I'm going to fire at the tank over here. Once again, it's a 1-to-1. 1. Good. All right. Just remember, it's going to take a turn to load up that unit too. So right here. Nope. Right here. Oh, do I have a target for him? I don't think I do. I don't have a target for that mortar anymore. It just drove off. Okay. All right, that's it. Here, moving if you're the Russians, because there's reinforcements coming in slowly, but they are coming in. And of course, these units in Blednost get there in time. Now, next question. What the hell do we do with this guy? Yo, there is a chance. There is a chance. Now he can block. He can do this. Because there's no Russians there. Right? He can go 1, can park right there. I might slow things down for the Russians a little bit. And I actually want to park there. If I park there, it prevents the Russians. Where do I want him? Pause. Okay, I'm going to park him right here. I'm going to load. Going to unload that anti-tank gun. All right, anti-tank gun is unloading. Setting up. All right. That's it for German movement. German close assault. We're up here. 1 to 2 minus 1. 2. All right, so that's good for the Germans. They get that dispersal. Over here, we got 27. 6, 9. So it's 1 to 3 becomes 1 to 2, 1 to 2 minus 2, 2, 2. So these are both the dispersed. And that's good too, because now there's more units coming in. So we'll see. The Germans might get a tactical. Well, let's look at the KIA for the Soviets. Boom. So we have 10, we have 14. Only 14 eliminated units. And the Russians need to destroy 20 German units, so they need to destroy. So you may have a case where it's a draw, where the Germans and the Russians, particularly if the Germans and Russians will both have a marginal victory. What would need to be done? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8 there. Russians have to prevent those 8 from leaving the board, and then they are eliminated. They have 2 KA, so that would mean that it would be a draw. In spite of the fact that it looks like an overwhelming victory for the Soviets, it looks can be deceiving. It's really looking like it's going to be a draw. All right, so where was I? I was in the German fire. Well, I just did the German close assault. Right? German movement. All right, I did German close assault and I did German movement. All right, so now we go on to turn 9, and time's running out for the Russians. Time is running out for the Russians. All right, so I'm going to clean up, pause it while I clean. Okay, everything's cleaned up. So now it's the Russians' turn. Do Russians have a target? Howitzer can't. After I don't think the Russians' artillery has a target in here. Right. That makes it the Russian movement phase, and more Russians leave the board. Okay. Now things are interesting. Now things are interesting because the Germans have that anti-armor gun right there. I have to start at the top right here. These units are obviously have to, and these units are going to be gone. They don't have transportation. This unit does have transportation, that half track. Just going to load them up. Those other units are dispersed. All right. So how am I going to play this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but that doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. overrun. These are, well, no, targets. 6, 12, and then they can be a target. Man, that unit, after to take it out. How? 7, 4, 5, 6. I've got to take that unit. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna have to do it with this armored anti-armor unit right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. Wait, do I have infantry? Yeah, I do. You can just unload the infantry, right? Yeah, I can do that. And infantry will be able to make a close assault and destroy those two. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, 7. Be close. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over here for 8. Traffic jam. As good as I can do. So that moving that anti-armor gun right there, may make a huge difference in this game. I don't know why I rolled the dice. I think I wanted to hit the clear moved. All right, any close assaults? Well, we have one close assault here. And it's going to be a 2 to 1 minus 2. Boom, that eliminates these two. So it's 2 more German units to the graveyard. So now I have to remove these dispersed markers. Actually forgot to move these guys. I'm gonna move these guys now. I mean, they're not gonna get any place soon. Lots of transportation. All right, that's it for the Russian turn 9. Now the German turn 9. First of all, this mortar tank right there. That's going to be a 1 to 1 straight up. No effect. Russians caught a break. Doesn't have a target. That actually was at the top of it. Just accidentally. I don't have a target. It's a, oh, let's see, German's movement. They had another coming up over here. And I'm noticing how I thought the Russians were going to run away with it, but not. Okay, I think that's it for German movement. Now German close assault. So over here we have 9. So again, 1 to 3 odds, but they have an engineer, becomes 1 to 2 odds, 1 to 2 minus 2. That becomes a 1 to 2 minus 2. Once again, we're keeping them to see. That's the thing, the Germans can keep the Russian units dispersed. This is a 1 to 2 minus 1. No effect. This looks like those guys, they're not going to get off the board, but you can see, I guess, like it says in Wargamer's Guide to PanzerBlitz, it's important. All the Germans have to do is disperse the Russians, slow them down. All they have to do. we're gonna go on to turn 10. It's not gonna take long to do turn 10. We're gonna see what the results are gonna be. Russian turn. More units leaving the board. Leave now or forever hold your peace, Russians. Ooh. All right, let's get off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not going to get off the board. 4, 8, 12. Not going to get off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not going to get off the board. This could be a big German victory, and it was. It's going to be the first German victory I've had, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. And that unit has to load up on transport. Maybe the transport can actually get off the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. He's going to get off the board. All the Russian units that don't get off the board go into the graveyard. 4, 5, 6, 9. These guys are lagging behind. All right. At least I can start getting out of here. 1, 2, 7, 9. All right, that's it for the Russian movement phase. Now the Russian move the disperse markers. That right there is pretty much the end of the game, because every Russian unit right now that's off the board is going to go to the graveyard. So I'm going to just blow up these Russian units. Graveyard. And then we'll do a count. Graveyard. Oops. Graveyard. All these. Alright, so that's going to be it. Oh, wait, this guy. Just 2 more. These 2. I'm just going to send these markers to the graveyard. Alright, so now we're going to count. Compare. Count and compare. How many are here? Oh, I'm going to pause for a second. All right. So I have 16 eliminated German units. I have 20 Russian eliminated units. And I'm looking at the rules over here. The Russians have achieved a marginal victory. They need to destroy 20 German units to achieve a tactical victory, but they didn't, so they're actually going to get a marginal victory. A marginal victory, they destroy 10 Russian units. Meanwhile, the Germans have destroyed 20, so the Russians have destroyed 10 German units. The Germans have destroyed 20 units, so the Germans get a tactical victory, the Russians only get a marginal victory, and the Germans have finally won a scenario. And most of the time that I was playing this, I for sure thought that, oh boy, here we go again. The Russians are going to, but the Russians have to move quickly because they've got to get off the board. And if they don't get off the board, their units are considered eliminated. All right, well, that's it for today. Coming up, the next scenario will be Prochorovka, which ought to be interesting. Thank you, everybody.